Good morning, everyone. So, last class we have seen in financial services types of leasing, lease finance, okay, and I hope you are maintaining your notes in each and every class I am telling you. So, today, continuing with the same topic, that is lease finance. Today, we'll check advantages and disadvantages of lease finance. Fine, and if we try to check it from the exam perspective view, then it comes for 15 marks also. So kindly don't ignore this topic. Okay, so we'll try to check advantage and disadvantages from both the party view. And who are the two parties? I hope you remember now. Those two parties in your lease financing are lessor and lessee. Now who is a lessor? You tell me. And who is a lessee? I'll tell you in next class. Now the next, coming here for the today's point, we will go for the advantages of lease finance. Okay, what are the good things? So very first we'll check for the lessor. Okay, who is a lessor? Still thinking? Lessor is your owner of the asset, who used to transfer the ownership, who used to transfer the possession of the asset under the lease contract, okay, to the lessee for use. Now, coming very first, assured regular income. So we have seen the lease financing can be a type of short term also and long term also and medium term also. Okay, so for whatever you have entered, for whatever period you have entered into the lease contract, for that duration, for the lessor there will be a regular income. And which is that regular income? That is your lease rent. Okay, lease rent, which is lessee used to pay for getting the right to use the asset. So for the fixed period, for whatever you have agreed, you will have a regular income in terms of lease rent if you are a lessor. Clear? Then next, preservation of ownership. Earlier also I have told you, and again I am going to repeat it, that in case of lease finance, whenever two parties, that is lessor and lessee, entering into a lease contract, lessor will just transfer the possession of the asset to the lessee under the lease contract. Ownership is going to lie with the lessor only. Ownership possession is not going to change. Lessor will only enjoy the ownership. Okay. Next, benefit of tax. So when the lessor is going to have the ownership, okay, definitely they will have the benefits of tax also. Reason, ownership is lying with the lessor, that means the lessor can claim for the tax benefits on depreciation and sometimes on your investment allowance also. Okay, so depreciation definitely tax deductible on that. So you can, if you are a lessor, you can enjoy the tax benefit also, because ownership still with the lessor only. So in way of depreciation or in the way of investment allowance, lessor enjoy the tax benefit. Clear? Now the next, high profitability. Lease rent much higher than the interest payable on financing the asset. Okay, so if you are going to adopt some other way of financing your assets, whatever interest you have to pay, more than that you are going to get in terms of lease rent. You are having a higher rate of lease rent, which will assure that you are going to get maximum profit. And even the at present leasing activities showing an increasing trend. Okay, and it appears to be cost effective alternative. Okay, so you can enjoy the profit that in terms of your rent. Okay, next, continue. High potentiality of growth. So as just now I told you, at present leasing activity shows an increasing trend, that people are trying to go for the lease contract because they feel that less capital investment we have to do. If they are the lessee, we have to do less capital investment and we can still avail the right to use the asset, and same time lessor know very well that it is a kind of high profitability because the rate of return on your lease rental is much higher than the interest payable on financing the asset. So both used to enjoy the profit situation and growth is there, so definitely you can continue. Even economic growth can be maintained during the period of depression also, okay, because no need to go for the high investment, okay, on your high costly or costly assets. You can just avail the use of assets through your lease. So definitely there is a high growth potentiality compared to other forms of business in the market, okay. Next we have recovery of investment. So lessor, very easily lessor can recover all the total investment through the lease rents. If your leasing, I hope you remember now, okay, we have discussed the financial lease and operating lease, okay. So if you have entered into a financial lease, which is generally for a longer period of time, more than 5 years, so every year whatever the lease rent you are going to get, okay, after some year definitely your lease rent is going to cover your all the investments. So your investments you are going to recover, and upon that also you will continue for some years getting your lease rent. And if it is a operating also, that is service lease also, then also no issues. After each and every lease contract, one by one, part by part you will collect, and after some number of lease contract you will have your investment back. So you can recover your investment if you are a lessor very easily through the lease rent. So these all are your advantages of lease finance for the lessor. Now we'll check the advantages of lease finance for lessee, okay, who used to get the right to use the property which belongs to the lessor under the lease contract. So very first we have use of capital assets or capital goods. You don't have to spend a lot of money for acquiring an asset, or you can say there is no initial investment required, okay, from lessee. Without going for initial investment, you can get the right to use the asset under the lease contract. So you can use that sorry, you can use that capital asset, acquire also with the less amount, okay, and you can continue your business. Next, tax benefit. Tax benefit, if you remember, we had the tax benefit for the lessor also. So we can say that we have a tax benefit point, common point, that is for lessor also and for the lessee also. For lessee, how it happened, whatever the lease rent we used to pay, that is lessee used to pay, on that we have the tax advantage, because the lease rent is again deductible, okay. So you can enjoy again the tax benefit. Next we have a cheaper. So when we say we don't have to go for any initial investment, and we don't have to spend lots of money to acquire the possession of the assets, so definitely it will be a cheaper source. You have to just go for a fixed period of time, fixed amount as a lease rent payment, and you will get your use of assets. So it's a cheaper one, okay. Next, technical assistance. Remember we had the type of leasing, one type service lease, okay, specialized service lease, where we have seen if you are a lessee, you are not only going to get the possession of the asset from the lessor, same time you will get the technical supports also, you can get the technical services facility also from the lessor. So whenever you are going for if you want technical supports, you can get it from the lessor also. So you don't have to search for the new assistance, lessor will only help you, okay. Then continuing the same, inflation friendly. Lessee has to pay fixed amount of rent, which maybe you have agreed once upon a time, 5 years back, 3 years back, 4 years back, okay. And there is nothing going to happen if the inflation arises in the market, because no need to change, there will be no changes, okay. Lease contract once made for the fixed period of time, same thing will continue. So inflation is not going to affect your rent amount, okay. Then the ownership. If one thing is, okay, two ways we can check out this, okay. When we talk about the benefits of your leasing or purpose of the lease, okay, from the lessee point of view, very simple thing is you can avoid ownership, okay. You can avoid ownership, and that will help you to avoid the investment of money into the asset, okay, and which will help you indirectly to keep your leverage low, fine. And for because of that, opportunities of borrowing money remains open for your business, okay. and same time you will be able to avoid risk of ownership. You will able to avoid risk of ownership. That is one point of view. Okay, taking it as a advantage of lessee. Another is if it is in case, okay, financial lease, that is long term. So in such type of lease, no, you will have, if you are a lessee, you will have the buying option at the end of the lease period, and that time lessor offers the lessee to purchase the asset by paying a very small amount. Okay, with a very small amount you can pay and you can take the ownership of that asset if still you feel that the use of assets are there. Okay, so in both the way you can enjoy the thing, that is you are not having the ownership, that also you can enjoy, and at the end if you want the ownership you can go also for the ownership by just paying a very small amount. Okay, so these are your advantages of lessee. Okay, advantages for the lessee. Now next we will check out disadvantages. So as we know, one coin, two face. One is good, then definitely another will be the somewhere problem. I'm not saying to say totally bad, but some issues, limitations, the good word, limitations will be there. Okay, but limitations are not going to suppress your whatever the advantages are there in fully. Okay, you have to compare. Definitely you have learned in your maybe first sem of BCom making your decision tree, so what is good, what is bad, and then the final conclusion. So here also some limitations are there. We'll check out. First we'll check out for your lessor. Okay, again for the lessor, very first we have unprofitable in case of inflation. If you remember, for lessee we have seen inflation no tension because rent amount will be fixed, no change. So if that is benefit for the lessee, then definitely it is going to be the disadvantages for the lessor, because inflation if arise where your value of the asset increase in the market, but the lessor will be not in the position to increase the rent amount because that lessor has fixed for a fixed coming future period also. So in case of inflation, lessor can't change the lease rent amount, can't go for the higher lease rent amount in the old lease contract. So it will be unprofitable for lessor. Then next we have a double taxation. Okay, so sales tax may arise twice for the lessor, and how it arise? It may be arise once at the time of purchase of asset. Okay, the structure of the tax is like that only. Once at the time of purchase of asset, and second at the time of leasing the asset. So on the same asset, lessor have to pay twice the sales tax. So that is a disadvantages. Next we have chance of damage of assets. So I hope maximum of us, including me maybe, we all are very good, no? Using somebody else's property or using somebody else's asset. Two types of people. One is, oh, this belong to somebody else, I have to take extra care. And one more is like to be, that belong to that person, leave it. If anything will happen also, that person is very rich. Nothing tension, no tension at all. I'll use however I want. So if same case arise here also, if the lessee use the assets carelessly, okay, lessee is not worried too much or not taking proper care while using the asset, so it will give the extra damages to that asset, and that will become a loss for your lessor only. Okay. Next we have disadvantages for lessee. Okay. Very first disadvantages, compulsion. You have to do. Okay. You can't come out. Okay. You have to. That is here what? If you remember again, either the difference between financial lease and operating lease, or either the features of your financial lease. Anything if you keep remember, this point is very easy for you. Finance lease. In case of finance lease, it is for a longer duration, and we know very well it is non-cancelable from lessee's side. Lessee can't cancel it. Okay. So in that case, even though if the company does not want to use the asset, but company has to pay the lease rent for the accepted period. Okay. So that becomes the compulsion. Next, ownership. Some disadvantage also. Lessee will not have the ownership, as we have seen in the advantages of lessor only, that ownership is remain going to stay with the lessor only. So if lessee is not having the ownership, then the disadvantages will be if lessee wants to go for some modification, alteration, then they can't do, or before doing each and every small modification and alteration also they have to take permission from the lessor. So sometimes ownership you are not having, that becomes the disadvantage also. Okay, next we have, and even you can show, okay, lease assets you can show in your balance sheet also, keep in your mind. Okay, next, costly. Why costly? In case of finance lease, lessee has to pay lease rent also. Lessee has to pay fixed lease rent also, and lessee has to bear the maintenance charges also. Maintenance charges also they have to keep on paying. So at the end, it becomes the costly one for your lessee. And then we have, I think last one, reduced return for equity holder. Okay. So what actually? Lease expenses reduce the net income. Okay, we used to treat it as a lease expense. Okay, and it reduces the net income. That also what? Without any appreciation in value, because you are not having the ownership, so you can't enjoy the inflation high rate in the assets and then showing it very nicely in the balance sheet and then increasing your value. Those things will not happen. Appreciation in value will not happen because you are not having the ownership of the asset. But your net income will reduce because the lease rent is your expense. Okay, and this will limit your returns for an equity shareholder. And when we used to study very nicely or by heart very nicely, the main objective of any company is wealth maximization, that will get restricted in case of your lease contract. So these all are your some of the good things and bad things about your lease finance. Okay, so kindly go for it and study. Okay, have a nice day. Thank you very much.